As Zelensky visits the US, is Putin taking revenge for attacks on Russia's Amazon-style online giants by escalating strikes and pressure on Ukraine's economy? A major Ukrainian iron mine has been forced to shut down after Russian attacks on civilian shipping in the Black Sea left it unable to export its ore, showing how maritime strikes are choking industry. Zelensky is pushing President Trump for more arms and Patriot air defense missiles, warning in urgent letters that U.S. stocks are running short because of the Iran war and that Ukraine's defenses are critically depleted.
We speak about missiles, and really through now we spoke about senators about it, so that Ukraine really can produce everything which can destroy everything from Iranian to Russian drones and etc. We have drone interceptors more than systems of electronic. Real problem is anti-ballistic systems and anti-ballistic missiles. And of course I shared what we need, our needs. I shared it with the president today, and we are thankful for him for this meeting.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said he spoke with the U.S. president about weapons aid and the urgent need to strengthen Ukraine's air defenses during his Washington visit. Zelensky stated that he highlighted Ukraine's need for anti-ballistic missile systems and interceptors, stressing that this is now the country's real problem in defending its cities.
Well, first of all, we are very thankful with senators, and we are very thankful for this discussion. This discussion was with ideas of how to help Ukraine, and we are thankful that this bill is very important. Sanctions pressure on Russia is very important. And really is not only about money, how to stop to finance this war, but is also a big signal to Europe, big signal to Ukraine, big support of our people. So I'm very thankful. God bless. Will have positive result. Will Ukraine receive war missiles? What was the conversation with Donald Trump? We speak about unintelligible missiles, and really through now we spoke about senators about it, so that Ukraine really can produce everything which can destroy everything from Iranian unintelligible to Russian drones and etc. We have drone interceptors more than systems of electronic unintelligible. Real problem is anti-ballistic systems and anti-ballistic missiles. And of course I shared what we need, our needs. I shared it with the president today, and we are thankful for him for this meeting. And now I shared it with senators. So we will try to manage it. It's a big challenge.
He said the July 28 meeting with President Trump at the White House was good, describing productive talks on air defense and broader cooperation, according to reports. The Ukrainian president added that licenses for Patriot interceptor production were discussed, building on Trump's earlier decision to grant Ukraine the right to manufacture Patriot missiles domestically. Zelensky also said that the diplomatic process had to be reinvigorated, signaling that military aid must be paired with renewed efforts to end the war through negotiations. Notably, this fresh request from Kyiv comes at a time when the U.S. is dealing with a broader weapons and air defense ammunition shortage, worsened by heavy use in the Iran war. Meanwhile, a major Ukrainian iron mine has suspended operations amid continued Russian strikes on merchant shipping that have crippled export routes. The iron mining complex in Kryvyi halted excavation work on July 28, with reports linking the shutdown directly to Russia's attacks on Black Sea shipping and port infrastructure. The Southern Mining and Processing Plant said, and I quote, "The Southern Mining and Processing Plant has begun the process of suspending production and temporarily reducing work. The decision was made due to the constant attacks by the aggressor country on civilian merchant ships heading to Ukrainian Black Sea ports. Several shiploads of iron ore, which were supposed to be exported, accumulated in both the ports and the warehouses of the Southern Mining and Processing Plant. Due to the inability to accumulate the extracted products, the plant was forced to temporarily suspend its work. Unblocking logistics routes for Ukrainian Black Sea ports is an extremely important task for the sustainable operation of not only the mining and metallurgical industry, but also the entire Ukrainian economy. We call on state authorities to take maximum measures to protect port infrastructure and merchant ships from enemy attacks." Unquote. The plant is co-owned by Ukrainian billionaire Rinat Akhmetov's Metinvest Group, which holds a major stake in the Kryvyi iron mining complex. Russia appears to be developing an advanced new strategy aimed at countering the growing wave of Ukrainian drone attacks across its territory. Moscow is building the ZAK-30 Citadel anti-drone system and has recently filed a patent to formalize its latest battlefield technology. Details of Russia's newest anti-drone platform were revealed in a Military report published on July 27, offering a closer look at its capabilities. Russia's new anti-drone system, designed to detect, track and destroy small UAVs as well as coordinated drone swarm attacks. Uses multiple radar arrays to provide continuous 24/7 surveillance across the defended airspace. Equipped with missiles, a 30mm cannon and machine guns to engage a wide range of aerial threats. Powered by an AI-based fire control system capable of identifying and prioritizing hostile targets automatically. Each incoming drone is independently tracked and engaged without requiring constant operator intervention. The system continuously adjusts its aim after every shot to improve interception accuracy against maneuvering drones. A dedicated tracking radar guides interceptors with precision until the target is successfully neutralized. A centralized fire control hub coordinates target allocation and synchronizes every defensive weapon in real time. Combines radar, missile systems, and rapid-fire guns to create a multi-layered shield against aerial attacks. Russia's state-owned defense giant Rostec is leading the development and production of the Zak-30 Citadel anti-drone system. The patent for Russia's latest anti-drone technology comes as Ukraine sharply intensifies strikes on key Russian oil and energy infrastructure. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is now appearing determined to intensify the conflict, signaling a fresh phase in the war against Russia. Ukraine has reportedly drawn up a new list of priority targets designed for long-range strikes deep inside Russian territory. Zelensky claimed Kyiv has significantly upgraded its target list to maximize the impact of future long-range attacks against Russia. The announcement came shortly after Zelensky held a high-level meeting with Ukraine's top defense and military leadership on July 26. Kyiv says the objective of these expanded strikes is to pressure Russia into returning to the negotiating table on Ukraine's terms. Zelensky said, and I quote, "Today, we approved the continuation of our operations and updated the list of priority targets based on their actual impact on Russia and its ability to continue and prolong this war. Our main objective is for our long-range pressure to push Russia even further toward diplomacy by disrupting the production of weapons components, inflicting oil-related and other economic losses, and bringing this war back to its home harbor." End quote. Ukraine also claimed it now possesses the capability to hit military targets located more than 3,000 kilometers from its borders. Zelensky insisted Russia's long-held strategic advantage is steadily eroding because of Ukraine's expanding long-range strike capabilities. Zelensky said, and I quote, "Our strike range has already exceeded 3,000 kilometers, and we continue to expand our ability to operate at even greater distances. The strategic depth of its rear areas, which for a long time was one of Russia's advantages, is now becoming a particular problem for Russia's political and military leadership, as the vast majority of its air defense systems are concentrated around Moscow, state residences, the Crimean Bridge, and St. Petersburg. We have already proven that Ukrainian drones can reach targets in the Ural region, Siberia, and other territories far from Moscow. This year alone, since the launch of our long-range sanctions plan, more than 1,000 fire missions have already been carried out. Oil facilities, critical military production sites, and systemically important elements of Russia's logistics network have been struck." End quote. Ukraine has increasingly relied on long-range drones to strike Russia's key weapons facilities and vital oil infrastructure far behind the front lines. Logistics hubs linked to Russia's Wild Berries network have reportedly come under repeated Ukrainian drone attacks in recent weeks. In response, Russian President Vladimir Putin has reportedly overhauled and reinforced air defense systems protecting Moscow and nearby strategic regions. Russia reportedly expanded Moscow's air defense network by constructing dozens of new Panzer missile defense positions around the capital. Open-source researchers said around 24 new defensive towers had been built around Moscow over recent months. Researchers said the new defensive ring was established roughly 40 kilometers from central Moscow to strengthen air defense coverage. Additional Panzer positions were also reportedly deployed near several strategic facilities across the wider Moscow region. Researchers said the new sites were positioned to protect President Vladimir Putin's residence, Vnukovo Airport, and a major oil refinery. Several Pantsir SMD air defense systems were also reportedly installed on rooftops at multiple locations across Moscow. Open-source researchers also identified two newly prepared sites believed to be intended for Russia's long-range S-400 air defense systems. Several of the new towers were reportedly built alongside existing embankments to replace older defensive positions. Researchers said the outermost defensive towers were strategically placed to help protect key electrical substations around Moscow. Reports about Moscow's expanding multi-layered air defense network first emerged earlier this year. Security was also reportedly reinforced around President Putin's Valdai residence with additional defensive towers and air defense positions.